Okay. Now I have created, removed, and I did shut down. So how would I know in the console? So for that, I would write few strings so that I can see what is whether my output, whether my nodes are created properly or not. In that, so for over here, before the transaction is successful, I wanted to print what are the values and what are the nodes, what is the relationship. So now I would say, and what are the properties if I want to set it up. I would say sys out, and then I would say first dot get the property of the first. What is that we have given? Name. So it should give me Shrikant Gattu. And then dot toString, so that it would give me toString as returns a string representing the object, toString. And then what I would want the second one, second dot get property of name, okay, and then dot toString, okay, and then I would want what is the relationship between first and second. So here I want the relationship as first of this value knows this one. So I would say sys out, and then I would say my relationship. What is the relationship value that we have used here as relation? So I would say relation dot get the property value of what is the one that we have given, relationship type, and then dot toString. So this is a way to print. And another way is to create a string and then append the values. Or here, what I can do is I can say plus, and then I can cut and paste this. So I would plus this so that I don't have to write 3. I just have written so that we can understand it properly. What are we printing? Okay. Now after it created, it would go to remove. How would I know whether it's removing and where it's removing? So after it removes, deletes, I would say sys out, and then I would say nodes are removed. Okay, and then database shutdown. After the database is shut down, I would say sys out Neo4J database is shut down. Okay, now let me right click, run as Java application. So now in the console, I should be able to see Shrikant Gattu, nodes Anusha Guntur, nodes are removed, Neo4J database is shut down. Because I just have to do few alignments. So before that, so what we have done over here, just a quick recap. We have created a class, HelloWorld class, and then we have set the path where we have installed Neo4J, and then we have created 2 nodes. For example, we have created the first and second nodes, and what is the relationship between them, and what is the database service that we are using, and then what is the relationship type, that will be nodes. Now using the HelloWorld instance, that is hello, we have to create, remove, and shut down the databases. Now what exactly the code, the logic that goes in the create, share, remove, and shut down? In create we have to assign the graph database service, the Neo4J database path where we have installed, and using that object we will create the transaction object by saying transaction is equal to graph database service dot begin the transaction. We begin the transaction, and then we create the nodes, set their properties, set the relationship between them, and then set the transaction to success. And then we have a try and finally block over here. The finally block has finished the transaction. Now what goes in the remove data? In the remove data, we use the same begin transaction, what exactly we need to delete, the outgoing directions, and then delete the first node, delete the second node, whether this transaction is success or not, and make the transaction success, and finish the transaction in the finally block. And then coming to the shutdown. In the shutdown, we shut down the database by using the shutdown method. And then after we are done, we would just print it. So here we say Shrikant, Gatono, Zanusha, Guntu. So this is our first node, and this is our second node. And then we would remove the nodes and then shut down the database. Okay. Now we need to open NeoEclipse, the graph database tool. This is the one that we have downloaded in our first session where we set up Neo4J into Eclipse, and we downloaded NeoEclipse as well. I have already shown you how to create a new connection. So how to start a new connection, how to create it. Now I already have a connection which is HelloWorld. And then to view the graph that we have created, click play. And then you would see this graph, that is Shrikant Gatu, the relationship type is Nose, Anusha, Guntur. So this is how you create an Eclipse and then you view in NeoEclipse. I hope this session is helpful to everybody. Please post any feedback, any questions. I would try to answer it as quickly as possible. Thank you.